got this 2024 Mustang that we're tuning right now. It's my first one ever. We were gonna get Rob to tune it. These are obviously not all the changes that I've made, so I don't mind going over them and doing like another video where I kind of explain what I've done. But the car's on ethanol, but it is a bone stock Mustang, 2024, 2025, that generation Mustang. So I mean, I have a lot that I have changed. Really, like as you can see, this is just max coil test. Essentially, that's just so I can go beyond stock RPM. But I don't do any knock sensor changes, as you can see. Torque management, driver demand, all this other stuff. The only torque management stuff I do change is torque limit timers, max torques, because I just don't want to hit a torque limit. You know, and then the wheel torque error max, I raised that so it's not a limit that I hit, because it will throw it in power reduced mode. Obviously, we got to change our start of injection timing. These rely too heavily on port injection instead of direct injection, so pull that reliant away, we make power. Obviously, a little bit of airflow changes, nothing much. It's on ethanol, so we had to change the stoic to make it run off ethanol really well. And then some trans changes, but we're going to do a pull on it on video and show you kind of where we're at. And this is where I'm going to leave the car at. Like I said, it's completely stock cats, everything is completely stock. And this is a GT, not a dark horse. So one thing you got to get out of the way though is a lot of times your first startup pull, especially on the dyno, I don't know why it is, but it's going to leave you in the borderline table. So I'll do generally a pull and shut it down, start it up, and do a pull for power. We're doing these pulls in fifth. I was in sixth for other ones, but we'll see how it does. Okay, so if you can see, our stock baseline was at 414, 364, and then same stock car. Not only did we limit, so we revved it out the same, well, to the limiter, 6,800, but our limit, like our power peak, was at 6116. Now our peak power is at 7122, so we moved our peak, you know, up here instead of, you know, right here. So not only did we gain 41 wheel horsepower and almost 30 pound-feet, we gained it across the board first off, and then we peaked significantly further, 1,000 RPM further than stock. Both were on the 85. Both were hot today, so we can look at the air temp, 95 degrees. Whenever I go to save the file, it'll tell me other information. So like we can look at, I can click on the environmental data, but sometimes I just like looking at the saved file because it'll give it to you down here at the bottom. So we can look at everything from humidity to, I mean, we're looking at 65% humidity. That is a lot here in Texas, but that's hurting power numbers too. 455 is a great number, so I'm happy where it's at.